Hey, all right, it's live. So what's interesting is I got the laptop set up here, and there's like a 4 or 5 second delay, so that's kind of cool. So I can kind of chat from here. Hope you guys like this setup, kind of chill. I know it's colder, most of you are. My wife is in there right now talking to Alexa, asking how cold it is everywhere around the country. That's what we do when we move to Florida, and we remember the misery that you guys face up there. Is we ask Alexa how cold it is where you are, so we can realize we're not partaking in your misery anymore. We're not going to get philosophical like this on this live stream, though, I promise. I'm going to give it another minute, and we'll get going, and we'll cover some stuff. So grab your drink of choice and your cigar of choice, whatever you got, and we'll get going. I'm going to jump in the chat here for a minute, just see what's up, and then we'll get officially started, I guess, in like a minute. Where's the snow, Joe? Grass Factor, what's up, bro? The real scientist lawn care guy. -27 in Canada. Royal Palm Beach, that's close. Good to see you guys here. That's pretty awesome. So, what's everybody drinking? Yes, no? I promise I won't look down at the screen the whole time. By the way, can you see this sweet sweatshirt? Huh? We're not giving that out tonight, but that's my Milo friend sent me that. You notice we're all color coordinated. I don't know if you guys know how much time I put into this stuff, but I definitely have a streak. You guys, you get this motif, right? I mean, you gotta respect the try. Look at that. By the way, this is the best color combination if you're looking for a hat. The green, because that green is pretty sweet. All right. I feel like Ty Lopez. In my garage. Okay, I'll stop stalling. So a couple things I'm going to do here, and then we're just going to basically talk beer and cigars, and then lawn care. Obviously, if you guys have questions about your lawns, please let me. I'd like to talk about lawns. I think that's probably a good idea. So, as you guys know, I only give out stickers to my Patreon supporters. However, I have a few left over here, so anybody that signs up for my newsletter, I have a weekly newsletter I send out. I don't know if you guys know, I have a business partner. His name's Josh Whitford. He handles all the business end of my stuff, and he does a nice newsletter. I write it, and then he edits it, cleans it up, that kind of stuff, and he sends it weekly. It's not like a spammy thing. It's just mainly talks about the video that we put out that week, maybe any other tips, and as the season goes on, it'll get a little bit more expanded. So you can get on that list, and if you do, so you're going to give me your email and your home address, and I'll send you these. So the only reason I use your home address is to send you these stickers at one time. I don't use it for anything else, but your email we will use to sign you up for our newsletter. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoy those. This is, by the way, kind of the updated logo. I had them add the words in there just so the branding looks a little bit more consistent. How is the feed? Is it good? Yeah? Everything's good? Looks all right. I don't know how it works because I have the feed and the live stream going at the same time, so I don't know if that messes me up or not. Okay. Next, we are going to give away some merchandise during this. This is only going to last about 45 minutes because the sun's going to go down. But we are going to give away some merch. So we're going to give away one hat, and we're going to give away one shirt, and that'll be to the same thing. So as signing up for the newsletter, everybody's going to get stickers. But then Josh, who is monitoring right now, he'll send me two of you during the stream here. I'll have to check my email and send them to me. And those two of you will get some merch. So that's kind of cool. If you want to know where to go to see that, it's thelawncarenut.com. Should have said that earlier. I'm not a very good pitch man tonight. Thelawncarenut.com, you can just Google it. Google knows who I am. It'll say official store. There's links in the descriptions, that kind of stuff. So we almost made a major faux pas. You don't tip a glass too hard when you're pouring a craft, but pouring out of a can kind of messes it up. I can pour a perfect 2-finger head out of a bottle every single time. You can see I jacked this one up pretty bad. But if you ever see somebody tilting a glass when they're pouring a craft, they're ruining your beer. Glass is from Shoreline Brewery, which is one of my favorites, from Michigan City, Indiana. If you guys have ever been up there, those guys have some really good stuff, some nice IPAs. They appeal to hopheads, but they do some really nice stouts, and they do some barrel aging stuff that's not over the top. I've actually had a couple of their barrel aged stouts that were 7 or 8 years old that were really mellowed out real nice. So tonight though, I am drinking this IPA right here. This is from Green Bench Brewing. This is my favorite brewery in St. Pete. This is Happy Hermit International IPA. I got this because the IBUs are only 55. I haven't actually tried this one, even though it's my favorite brewery. So for those of you who don't know, we're dual education. IBUs is International Bitterness Units. And that's basically that hairspray taste or that tongue curl that you get when you drink a beer. That's hops. And so you can measure the height or the intensity of the hops by IBUs. So anything over, to me, anything over 60 is pretty hoppy. You get up into the 88s and the 90s and 95s, barley wines, all that, it's really bad. And then, IBUs being lower. So this is really middle of the road. This is a day drinker. Typically, as the IBUs go up, also does the alcohol volume. So I think this one's low because I would like to enjoy my entire evening. Yeah, 4.9%. See, that's a perfect day drinker here. This is a summertime beer, but it's always warm here. So I don't know about you guys, but I typically drink browns and stouts in the winter. But since I moved to Florida, winter isn't the same to me. Even about a week ago in a video, I said, this fall I'll have to prune this tree, when really it was like December when I actually made the video. It just didn't feel like fall to me. So anyway, I'm rambling. I hope that's cool with you guys. Let me see what's going on here in the comments. Ooh, that's nice. Good balance. So the other thing you look for, at least I do in an IPA, is I like a West Coast style, which is going to be a little bit more, the hops are going to be a little bit what I call more rounded off, whereas an East Coast style, they're sharp hops. That's how I look at it. So the way that they round off the hop is with some malt balance. So this reminds me a lot of Bell's Two Hearted. I saw Bruce Edscorn on there, one of my good friends and one of my colleagues. He is a big fan of Bell's Two Hearted. That's what this feels like, except I think Bell's Two Hearted is 7.8 or 8%, and this is being at 4.9, so that's pretty sweet, and that's really good. So hats off to Green Bench for not over hopping. I know that some of you guys are hop heads, and I was in that realm too, where I wanted everything to just blow my face off, but now I like something with some balance like this, so pretty nice. All right, Jake the Lawn Kid's on, looks like. Cool. All right. I hope that was okay that I rambled a little bit about craft beer. These are the kind of things I like to do. I know that some of you do too, that you see that craft beer, or some of you guys are whiskey guys or scotch guys and gals or whatever, but I think you see that kind of goes along with it, so I hope there's a relationship there with that, or a relation that you guys can get. All right. With that, I got a cigar too. So I'm going Rocky Patel. Now, I don't have any expertise in cigars. Except for I do like some Maduro, some full-bodied kind of stuff. I also like this whatever square, rounded off corner cut that they have. I like that. And then I've just had a lot of these Rocky Patels. They're really solid. They're not super full-bodied, but they have a nice punch to them. The other thing I'll tell you that go-tos for me are typically going to be Gurkha. You see me smoking a lot of Gurkha. Their whole line, even their kind of daily driver, I don't know what it's called, Gurkha Challenge. I'd call that their daily driver. It's probably a terrible term to use, but I like the Gurkha Challenge. So that's one of my go-tos, and my other go-to is Fuente, anything Fuente, but not a fan of Opus X, which I think is also a Fuente, like an upper brand, like the Mercedes, or maybe like the Acura to the Honda. Is that kind of what Opus X is? You can see I don't know that much about cigars, except that I enjoy them. So with that, this came from one of you guys. I'm not sure who sent this, but I don't know if you're on this stream, and I can't remember your name, bud, but I've mentioned you in a video a couple times. So one of you guys sent me this, which was super awesome, and then you can see I got this really cool ashtray, which, that's how you dominate. You have your neighbors over to have a cigar, and they see that, they're like, ha, I'm dominated. So yeah. By the way, that whole domination thing, you guys think, oh, is that Al's alter ego? No, that's really me, for real. All right, so here we go. I don't know if I'm the best at lighting cigars either, but I always burn the tip out real good. And I'm trying to get that cherry lit all the way around. I don't know if you'll be able to see that on the stream. Some of you guys are like, dude, this is so basic. Why are you doing this? And the reason is because we got a lot of guys that watch this channel that are in their young 20s or even low 30s that are just buying houses, and they're just starting to learn how to enjoy those houses. And I think this is a part of that. And Just like they're learning lawn care, I think it's important to teach them these things. Teach you guys these things. How's that cherry look? Oh, solid, right? Nice. Yeah, I know you guys catching the tip jokes. My hand is in the way. All right, well, that's why I typically probably do better editing. All right, I do have some notes here. I can take notes if anybody wants me to for whatever. Maybe that's just a habit of mine. Got my Dealer Inspire notebook. Shout out to Dealer Inspire. That's who I work for. Look them up if you're an auto dealer. Okay, real quick, I just want to throw this out one more time in case some people joined late. Everybody's getting stickers tonight. All you have to do is go to thelawncarenet.com. You don't have to do it during the live stream, just anytime today or tomorrow. Go in, give me your email, and then if you want the stickers, there's an option to give address. Boom, send you 2 stickers. Those are always just for Patreon people, but I got a few left, so I'm gonna give those out to you guys. And even if you've already gotten stickers, you want to get them again, go ahead, sign up again. We'll hook you up. All right. Mitch Gibbs, hey bro, you've been around a long time. All right, I like doing shout outs, but I've been on some live streams where people do it for too long and it gets annoying just looking down. So I don't know what you guys think. I'm just going to shout out the whole time. I wish I could. I think that's cool because I recognize so many of y'all. Even now with the YouTube comments, it's not so hard this time of year, but like in the middle of the season, there's so many comments that come in. I don't have a way to see all you guys. I got TubeBuddy though, which is it's a software that'll hopefully help me find those of you that are more active so I can continue interacting with you because that's something I'm concerned about as the channel gets bigger. I want to still be able to keep the interaction that we have for those of you that want it. Gixxer 750 pilot, yeah man. That's a solid smoke. You guys ever tried Rocky Patel? 1992. I don't know what that means, honestly. You guys could educate me on that. Again, I'm not any kind of expert on cigars, but these are really smooth. Punch cigar. Wicked ale. I like punch, actually. I gave some punches out for our Halloween domination when the folks were coming over. I gave out some punches. They did real well. Bermuda grass in a cool season lawn, tear up or roundup. I think you can use 2,4-D possibly. That would get rid of Bermuda. MSM maybe. Where's what's his name still in here? Turf Grass Factor. He'll tell you. But actually, so just so you guys know, I have to Google stuff too. I use that website, Do My Own. All right, because I don't know all the chemicals off the top of my head. But either way, no, you have a lot of triclopyr. There you go. Triclopyr, Pilex. So you have a lot of options with cool season lawns getting rid of Bermuda. You have a ton of options. It's here, St. Augustine with Bermuda. I have 0 options, except for nuclear options, or what I call surgery. However, I did partner with Do My Own. Did that go out? Killing the ambiance. I partnered with Do My Own Pest Control, and those guys are super cool. I like Paul Castleberry, who he's got a channel that he's been doing through them. He's been doing his home in Georgia. I know a lot of you guys watch that. Super good dude. Videographer, a fellow video guy too, so fun to talk to him. But anyway, I partnered with them. They have a product, and I'm not going to give you the name of it because everybody will just run off and buy it. We're going to see if it works first. Accompanied with this product and atrazine together are supposed to control Bermuda. The thing is I've got some pretty thick patches. So anyway, that's going to be a project for this year, which I'm kind of looking forward to. The other thing is I am on the side yard over there. I am turning that 100% Bermuda. That's going to be super fun. I'm actually going to do a rye overseed here in January just for fun over there. I'm going to scalp the shit out of it, crap out of it. So I got tons of plans, just so you guys know. I mean, I could make a video every day and not stop. I do still have a day job, which I really enjoy. So, all right, what else we got here? Do I not like zoysia? I like zoysia a lot. There's a zoysia lawn in this neighborhood that everybody talks about. It annoys the shite out of me because every time somebody finds out, oh, you're that lawn care nut guy. Have you seen the guy with zoysia over there? And it's like, zoysia guy, you know. So yes, I do like zoysia a lot. There's Josh in there. See him putting something in there about opting in the newsletter. Add moderator. Josh, I added you as a moderator. Okay. I was on a roll there for a second. Good question. The gator behind me, yeah, you can see a little bit of the lake back there. That's where the gator's at for sure. Mark Machone. What's up, brother? The growth of the channel and what it was like emotionally as it was happening. Yeah, you know what? I hope that's cool if you guys want to talk a little YouTube. That's from Grass Factor. So I like to tell stories sometimes because these are things that I like to reveal that I don't necessarily think are good to reveal in regular videos. But anyway, the story is this. When I worked for True Green, and just so you guys know, I love True Green. And I have really good friends that are still there that I talk to all the time. Guys that I put into management. I don't want to sound too arrogant, but guys that I really did, I mentored on purpose to move them into management. And I prided myself on that. And it's the most rewarding thing I ever had at True Green was the managers that I helped get promoted. But anyway, I loved it, but I just didn't like the way the marketing went, and I knew I could do it better, and this and this and that. And so, I started learning SEO, search engine optimization, on my own, kind of accidentally. I started a blog. It's called lifeinlawns.com. You can still go there. It's still alive. I don't own it anymore. You'll actually see some of the original hybrid organic program that is now on the channel is in writing there, as well as I used to sell an ebook that became those series of videos. I'm really going back now. I know that maybe this morning you guys bargained for, but so I'm going to start reselling the ebook, by the way. Josh is on me about that because so many of you guys watch the videos, the hybrid organic program videos, but you wish you had a little bit more detail. So we've got so many questions on those videos now, I can actually turn that into like a companion book. Yeah, charge you guys some money, make a little cash over by there. Hope that's all right with you. You'll see I'm always super wicked transparent, and I'm not even from Boston, I just said wicked. But maybe it's the Rocky Patel. Where was I at? Oh. So I started doing that Life in Lawns while I was working at True Green, right? Because I knew what SEO was. I can show you guys the old analytics from that. It was deep traffic. Nobody went to the homepage of that site. It was on WordPress. So, every single post I created, which was a page, would get direct traffic, thousands of visits a month, because Google was an SEO juggernaut, that site, because it had good content, and I knew how to build links. So through that, I learned SEO, and I realized that True Green was making a mistake. And then in came, things like Twitter in 2007, and social media started taking off, and I was like, True Green, man, we're the world's largest lawn care company. Uh-oh, did the stream die? Or is it just me? No, it seems like it's coming back. Freaking A, man, I was going. Anyway, I'll just keep going, hoping it's still working. Yeah, I guess you guys would be telling me if it wasn't working. So it's just my feed here, I think. Okay. So I started going to the people at True Green and I started telling them, look, I think we can do better. We're the world's largest lawn care company. We have all the experts. And I say that, I'm not talking about the people at the upper echelons of True Green. I'm talking about the guys that have been slogging it and pulling hoses for 30 years. There's so many of those guys that I worked with in Chicago. And I'm not going to name any of them because I'll forget one and I'll feel bad. But there's some guys that are, true spray guys, man, that know lawn care and love it and understood what Chem Lawn was back in the day when we would be in Chicago on the south side in the K streets like Kildare, Colmar, some of those areas, and you'd have, 10 house poles, we called them. You'd have the whole block was all True Green, and you could tell. Man, it'd get me going. I miss my days in the city of Chicago on the south side. So, and in Oak Lawn or Evergreen Park. By the way, Oak Lawn is where Kanye West is from, and Kanye West used to work for True Green. That could be another story, but he was a telemarketer. So I started learning SEO. Long story short is I knew True Green was falling short, and I was getting more and more frustrated. But during that time, I learned the internet myself, started making some good money on the internet. I became a little bit of a black hatter at a time. I learned the negative way to do SEO or search engine optimization, and just to tell you about that, that's how me and Josh met, not in the black hat world, but during that time. Long story short is I believe that if you love roses, you have to therefore, by default, hate weeds. Just think about that for a second, philosophically. So if you want to love your roses, then you should want to kill your weeds. And the best way to learn how to kill weeds is to first learn how to grow weeds. And so that's what I did on the internet. I learned how to grow weeds. I learned how to game Google and do black hat SEO. And as I did that, I actually fell in love with the Google algorithm and started loving what SEO truly was and how social tied into it. Pretty crazy, right? You guys are like, wow, this lawn care guy's into the internet this much? And the answer is yes, for sure, I am. So, in 2012, I met Joe Chura, who is the CEO and owner of Dealer Inspire, and he offered me a job. He took a chance on me, and I took a chance on joining his startup and leaving a 15-year career, and it's been nothing but great ever since. So there you go. Cheers. All right, let's see. Two-parter. What? Oh, that wasn't even about the growth of YouTube, was it? Sorry. The long story of the short of it there was when I left TrueGreen, I was able to go into video. I knew that video is where I wanted to be, but I couldn't do that at TrueGreen because I had a non-compete agreement. And while they thought my blogs were cute and funny, even though I was making bank on those blogs on my own, they just thought it was cute. They didn't really realize what the seriousness of it was or how actually well it was doing, and it could have done for them if they would have listened to me. I couldn't have done video because they would have frowned upon that, dude. They can't have one of their, at that time I was a regional sales manager, region commercial sales manager. I couldn't be out there on YouTube giving out advice to DIYers when I worked for TrueGreen. So that's why I didn't do video. So once I got out of TrueGreen, I knew I'm going to go to video. I knew that's where I needed to go. I knew I had a way of saying things that would appeal to people. I didn't have like the domination and all that or those terms, but I knew that the way I thought about my lawn as a homeowner, I knew that there was people out there that thought the same way, and that goes into more philosophy, which is, you know, back in the 1800s, we had to defend our land as men, right? Defend our land. I'm watching the show Vikings. I don't know if you watch that. Even the women just kick some ass in that show, right? That's like what that show Vikings is. That's how it used to be in this country. You had to be willing to handle yourself anywhere you went, right? We don't have that anymore, right? We don't have to kill our food. It's in freaking grocery stores. I'm going to start sounding like Joe Rogan in a second, but idea being, what do you do now? You dominate your little patch, and for me, it's a half acre. And by the way, just like women want over a 1 carat diamond, men, you want to have over a half an acre. So I have a 5 acre lawn, or a 0.56 acre lawn, just over half acre. It's like the woman with her diamond that's just over a carat. I know I'm really getting crazy with you now. So I knew that it would work, and along the way, I took advice from you guys, whether you gave it or not. I took advice from you, even the negativity, and I think we've turned it into something pretty positive. So, long story you got me going on there, Grass Factor guy. Thanks for that. The beer's getting to me. This is not the first one, so. Okay, I don't want to like bore you guys. Doing pretty good here, though. Justin, Bahaya's not bad, man. Bahia is what you have to have in a lot of places. What I should have put in when I was in St. Pete was Bahia. It's more of a pasture land, side of the road grass, but if you care for it, it's just the seed stalks kind of suck. But actually, it's pretty decent turf, and it'll thicken up good for you, and you can overseed with it. So I have no problem with Bahia. I know I've badmouthed it before, but I think it'd be kind of fun to mess with it. So you should get some seed and just throw her down. Super cheap. Oh, sorry. Turn the beer can. Have I ever put down too much Milo? Yeah, great question. So as you guys know, I say throw her down, and what I'm basically telling you is I met up with a guy, Ryan Cobold, yesterday. He's a fan that happened to be in St. Pete. Met up, had a couple beers. It was fun. But he was telling me, he goes, I know what you're saying, is throw Milo down every 4 weeks. And I'm like, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Now, you're going to cut a lot. You're going to probably get it overly thick in some cases. And actually, too much nitrogen will cause your lawn to do this weird curl and lay down. So you got to be careful with it. But you can't really put too much down. Now, have I put too much down? Yes, I dropped a pile one time in the parkway. I think Jake saw it. And it turned like this weird blue-purple color. And it was weird. The lawn, this little spot turned purple. It was weird. It smelled kind of nice, but there you go. Any IPA recommendations? My very favorite is from Munster, Indiana. It's called Zombie Dust. It's from Bruce. If he's still on here, he knows them. But yeah, it's from Three Floyds Brewing. So it's one of the top 10 beers in the world, and I used to live right by Three Floyds, so I would stop all the time and get cases of it. So Zombie Dust is my very favorite IPA in the world. Yeah, Daisy Cutter is good. Very good. Very flowery, very floral, East Coasty kind of deal. Alan, have you ever tried Blue Couch? Is that something you smoke? I don't know. That's Blue Dream. Haven't tried that. Slit seeding versus aerating. That's a good question too. So aerating is really not for overseeding. Think about that as an extra thing. The reason you aerate your lawn is to create pockets in the soil so the roots can spread out. That's why you aerate. It also does help to redistribute soil microbes and things like that, which is always a good thing to do. So that's what aeration is for. It can also be used to manage thatch. I'm a big believer in that, by the way, that double pass aeration manages thatch just fine pretty much anywhere, as long as you're irrigating properly. If you're irrigating shallow, you'll never keep up with a thatch problem that way. But so that's what aerating is for. Now, in a thinner lawn, you can add overseeding and do pretty well. Why? Because things are stirred up. Do the seeds fall in the hole? Yeah, they do. But there's just stuff stirred up, right? Stuff's just around, so that's good. It just gives that seed a little bit better chance to have some seed soil contact. And nowadays, when they coat the seeds with stuff, that helps them to germinate anyway. I used to do for the guys in True Green every year to show them how good our grass seed was. I would actually take a coffee cup and pour our grass seed in it, and I would just pour water in it and let it sit for a week, and it would just blow, right? I had to do that for the sales reps so they would have confidence in the seed that we were selling, because customers would call back and they would say, your seed sucks, it didn't grow. Well, no, it's you didn't water, Mrs. Jones, but you can't really do that. So anyway, long story short there, that's what aeration is. Overseeding is the extra piece of that. Slit seeding is the other way around. Slit seeding is definitely for seeding. It's not going to help you with compaction, really. I mean, I guess it tears up thatch, but so in a sense, if you have a super thin lawn like my backyard in Indiana, I did some slit seeding there. There was no channel back then. It was 2002, but that's when I did it, and it came in good. But aeration overseeding, if you have an existing lawn, should work just fine. As long as you have 25 to 30% grass, aeration overseeding, boom, you've seen it at the church lawn. Okay. What cigar am I smoking? Rocky Patel, vintage 1992. This is a go-to for me. Really smooth, right in the middle. Can I plug from healthy St. Aug into an area with Bermuda? Will the St. Aug drown out the breeding? No. They'll find a happy medium based on water and sunlight, but they'll never go either way because they both love sunlight. Well, Bermuda can't survive at all in shade. St. Augustine, if it's palmetto, can do better. So, they're really, surgery is the way you really have to do it. You just have to do surgery. I actually don't hate Bermuda, Mitchell. I'm creating Bermuda over there. I don't hate Bermuda at all. I hate it when it's in my St. Aug. But if I could have a Bermuda lawn, I had a little patch, remember? I loved that Franken lawn. I really did. I don't know if you guys knew. St. Pete was we're not going to go into that, but that was a tough time for me for that little bit of time, but I did love my little patch over there. That was that Princess 77 that I got from Drew at Seed Superstore. That was some beautiful stuff. I really did love that little lawn. I'd sit out there and smoke cigars and put my feet on it and hope I didn't get shot. What is the best way to get rid of quack grass? Oof. I guess I have to know where you live, John. Pre-emergence, hopefully stop it from spreading. How to improve a real mossy lawn? Bro, aren't you like in England though? Isn't like, don't you have moss growing on your houses over there? I'm not being a smart ass, maybe I am. But I love England, I'm just saying. A little different, I think. Iowa, checking in. All right, so pre-emergence, man. I would need to do a little bit more searching on crap grass or quack grass for sure, because I get them all mixed up. All those invading problem grasses, I can't always remember which ones are perennial, which ones are annual, which ones spread by rhizome, which ones spread by seed. I guess I have to do a little bit of research too sometimes, but I'm assuming that one is a perennial, so hopefully you can put down pre-emergence. The key is to find out when it drops seed, and that's when you put your pre-emergent down. In New England, if you're going to apply pre-emergent, I recommend 2 apps a year, assuming you're not seeding in the spring, which I do not recommend. However, you're going to want to put a pre-emergent down as soon as the forsythia bloom or when the magnolia bloom, sometime in between that, maybe when the red buds bloom. Boom, kind of perfect, right? Use those because those guys don't start pushing flower, right, until you get a certain temp in the soil. Maybe not when the daffodils are coming up, but when the first round of tulips come up. That'll give you a good window up there, right? So, bam, that's your first pre-emergent, prodiamine. Second one, I would do, in your area, it's going to depend on the season and the year. If you have an earlier summer in May or later, but sometime in May, then I would use dithiopyr, because dithiopyr does get some extra coverage if something did germinate early. You could even go into early June, but I would do the 2 pre-emergence then. Now, if you have a problem with Poa Nua, you're going to want to do another app in the late fall. You use either one, whatever's better for you. So 3 a year. What, isn't that a nice cigar? I know people talk about the ash. Look at how clean that is. That's beautiful. Can y'all see that? Why is there no Milorganite in Canada? I don't know. I guess they don't ship there. I mean, I think we pretty much sell out on Milorganite here. I thought people in Milwaukee ate a lot of cheese curds. They need to keep up, but. No, don't water if it's near freezing. What's my favorite football team? All right, I'll just say real quick, guys. I don't really follow sports. I know that sounds horrible. I used to follow NASCAR back in the early 2000s. Like major, I was a Dale Jarrett fan, number 88, Ford all the way. And before that, I was a Jeremy Mayfield fan when he drove the Mobil 1 Ford. However, when they came out with the car of tomorrow and they made it 2 equal, and then it was really about who had the most money to ramp up the technology rather than who's the guy in the car that can drive the wheels off it. That's when I stopped being interested in NASCAR, and now they have some weird rules. I don't even know what the rules are anymore. So that was the last sport I really followed. So do I watch sports? Yep, I do. I'll watch football, and I'll get into whatever game I'm watching. I'll freaking get into it for 4 hours, and as soon as it's over, I forget about it. So, just me. The other thing is you guys have to realize is mostly on Sundays I'm editing, so I got headphones on and I'm in it. So that's my hobby right now. I'm hustling. I have some hustle going on here. If you want to do like the Gary Vaynerchuk thing, I got that going on too. So plenty of Milo in New Hampshire. Yeah. By the way, I did sign on again with Milorganite. I'll tell you a quick story there, guys. And can you see my Christmas lights? Did they come on? Yeah, you can kind of see them back there. What I was going to show you, I'm not going to move the camera because I'm afraid it's going to jack it, but my lights that run around the front, see, I want to show you how you do a little secret domination action, is my lights that run around the front, you guys have probably seen, I have some neighbors in here that kick my ass this year with Christmas lights. My first year here, so I'm learning. But I have the nice, clean, simple, classy C9s that go all the way around. They run all the way around the back, bros. Okay? I don't like cut them off on the side like some kind of hillbilly. They go all the way around. And so because of that, you can't see it here, but I have neighbors all the way down and all the way around this little lake. Not on the other side, but down the sides here. And my lights go all the way down, and they can see them. So they're getting some beauty. And in fact, no one else has lights in the back. All right. So that's my little secret domination that I tell myself at night when I worry about not being a failure. Brian Serziga, what's up, bro? You've been around forever. Good to see you, man. What else? I like interacting in the comments. I hope you guys are cool with that. I just don't like keeping looking down. But Josh, did you send me the 2 winners yet, or do I need to check my email? Oh, there went the ash. Just fell. Justin, thanks for the congrats on the silver play button. That's, you guys saw I published that everywhere. That's pretty crazy. I'm gonna be honest with you. Going back to what Grass Factor was asking, but when I started this, I knew it was going to do something. I knew you guys were there as an audience. And again, not to sound arrogant, I just knew I wasn't the only dude that thought the way I did, but I just needed to be able to say it in a way that you guys would relate to, and I think that's what we've done and we're getting to. But I just didn't think that 100,000 subscribers was ever possible. Now, I will tell you, the platform has exploded. YouTube has exploded in growth, just the number of users in the last 3 or 4 years. Again, I do digital marketing for a living, so I follow these things. So part of that is just by default. The audience came here. So if you want to look at it, it's not. I didn't do anything special to grow the channel except create the content. So when you guys came to YouTube as an audience, I would be here for you. And when I say that is, I meet people all the time. I met some people on a cruise ship last week that had seen the channel, and the guy said that. He goes, "Yeah, man. As soon as I bought my house, I go to YouTube. I start seeing about the lawn. Boom, you came up. See, that's you guys, my audience." 25s to 35s, which is what a good majority of you guys are, mostly in that 30 to 35 range is what the majority of you guys are. You're coming now to YouTube. So that's the silver play button. So that's why I thank you for coming to YouTube. I'm glad that I got here early enough to be here when you got here. So throwing sparks, yes. There's a 5-foot back there and an 8-foot that we see. There's a lady, again, you can't see back here, but there's a lady that feeds the birds down there, and the gators always hang out right there because free meals. Jakester, there you are, brother. When am I coming back to Indiana? I don't know. Our sons usually, I don't know if you guys know, our sons are both active duty, so they go, when they come home on leave, they go to Indiana. So we go to Indiana and hang out, and that's when I always make sure to go over and hang out with Jake, my other son, who everybody thinks is my son, who I think of as my son. Jake knows that, but his dad's one of my best friends. But anyway, this year we didn't do that. Our youngest, who's a Marine, he has a girlfriend now in California, so he stayed with her, and our oldest is deployed. He's airman, he's Air Force, he's deployed to Qatar. So they didn't go to Indiana this year, so me and Mama took a cruise this year for Christmas. So I like sharing personal stuff with you guys. I hope you're cool with that. Superior Stripes Lawn Care. What's my next mower going to be? I don't know. I got a new weed whacker in there right now. I got a Makita weed whacker that I bought. I've really changed my whole idea on some certain kind of sponsorships, as some of you guys can pick up on. But I bought the Makita weed whacker because I have Makita drills and stuff, and I thought, hey, might be kind of cool. So that's the next thing I'm going to review. And besides the Honda I have, yes, I love the Honda, the HRX. I love Honda. I've always loved Honda. I work in the auto business. I love Honda in the auto business. I think they're smart. If you guys know Honda Pro Jason, shout out to him. Good buddy of mine, big YouTuber in the Honda space. I love Honda. I do. I have some things I don't like about that mower, but I have a lot of things I do, and that's going to be about anything. So that's where we're at right now. Lalo, Honda greater than Toro. I would say in some regards, yes, for sure. They just don't make anything bigger than a 21-inch. I mean, what's up, bro? 5 Honda Odysseys, but doesn't cut grass. Richard, Brewdog. Aren't those the guys that used to push the limits? Where are they from? Belgium or somewhere? They had a beer called Punk or something. I tried that. It was a while ago. That was like pretty popular. I don't know if they still are. Yeah, I've tried theirs. Yeah, the Time Master. Guys, seriously, that Time Master, when I say I like that mower, I'm not kidding. It just runs like a freaking savage. I mean, it's a good mower. So, you guys still hanging out? 182 of you. Okay, we'll hang out a little longer as long as you guys are having a good time here. Tell me if it gets kind of stupid or whatever, but somebody got a soil savvy test kit. Brent, when's the best time to test the soil? And you test it whenever you want. I mean, if the ground's frozen, I wouldn't do it because you want to, you don't want to take surface soil. You want to get down a couple inches there, like 3 inches. So if the ground's not frozen, you can do it now. You're fine. Good question. Toro snowblower. Yeah, I never got to mess with their snowblowers. We didn't have a relationship then, so. And to be honest with you, I like those Snow Joes. I just didn't want to jack with gasoline and stuff. I was lazy. I had a Troy-Bilt snowblower that I let rust out. Jake knows about that, but plus I had Jake to do my snow for me. Paul Palazzo, how you doing, man? Hello to you and Sebastian. If you guys don't know them, I worked with those guys for a little while. They're super good dudes out of Louisiana, in Texas, or somewhere down there, right? Solution Self Chem. You guys know them. Good guys. Taylor, Sunjo pressure washer. Hey, so, all right, here, me too, man. Like, I got it for free, so obviously I love it. I mean, it's just obvious. But I bought that, whatever that swoosh cleaner dealio was. That thing was fun. Ran my water bill hella high, but it was still fun. But yeah, I mean, I've been really impressed with that. I want to get a gas-powered one because these stucco houses here need to be pressure washed a couple times a year. However, every gas-powered pressure washer I've ever had, I've blown the rings out of it and the water ends up in the gas. I don't know why that is. And it's not ones that I've necessarily owned, it's ones I've rented, so they could have already been jacked up, but anyway, I got an issue there. You can see the Christmas lights back there now, see them? I'm telling you, people around the lake. Getting a little show. Do I like Snow Joe? Yeah, I do. They're good people. And they let me abuse their equipment. I can't remember the marketing gal's name there. I don't know if she's still there. They haven't sent me anything in a while. But they sent me a snowblower in Florida. I mean, that's pretty ballsy, right? And I told them I was going to abuse their equipment. They're like, we just want the airplay. So I got to love a company like that, you know? Derry Bullock, what's up, bro? All right, real quick. Any big plans for New Year's? Yeah, it's amateur night. I'm staying in. I'm going to try to get to the beach this weekend, though. You can see I'm wearing long sleeves. I don't know if you guys saw the... I like showing that off. That's my friends at Milorganite. I really do, just so you guys know, I love them as people. They're just good people to work with, and that means a lot to me. Grass Factor, again, you got some good questions, bro. Next time I'm up your way, we got to get together. As I've said, if you guys don't know him, the Grass Factor, I can't remember your first name right now, and that's horrible of me. But I know you do live shows on Sundays and stuff. He is the true chemist. If you're looking for the guy that knows the real chemistry of lawns and lawn care and understands the soil food web like intimately, it's him. So you know how if you look at any niche or vertical on YouTube, you have the people that are the wannabes, the tryhards. You have the people that are kind of, got a little of this, got a little of that, and then you have like the experts. I'm the little of this, little of that guy. I don't think I'm a tryhard. I think I have some decent knowledge. But Grass Factor, he's the real scientist. Like, he truly knows it. So it's good. And that's why I like these verticals like that, right? Because you can get all perspectives, and that helps all of you. So he wants to know, have I thought about offering marketing services to lawn guys? Yeah, but to be honest with you, most lawn guys don't have a website that can convert the traffic that we would send. So it's a tough thing. The barrier to entry is pretty high. Yeah, I mean, it's tough. Let me just say that. John Linscomb, yeah, go ahead, just sign up again. We'll get you some stickers. No, I have not fished the pond out back. I think there's a lot of, there's definitely cats in there. My neighbor said he's caught bass in there, which is going to be cool. But I think there's a lot of like aquarium fish in there that people have dumped over the years, because I see some weird looking like those sucker fish and stuff that probably shouldn't be in there. So, all right, I don't want you guys to get bored. Does Milorganite give enough iron for St. Augustine? Sure it does. Yeah, I mean, you just gotta, the way I've been running the St. Aug is 0.5 pounds every 3 to 4 weeks during the growing season. By the way, see that Salt Life? Yeah, because I'm a D-bag too, you know? I have a Hyundai with surf stickers all over it. I mean, come on, man, you gotta keep an image, you know what I'm saying? Let's just let the head just flow. That's beautiful, look at that. I'm a lightweight too. That beer has definitely got me feeling nice. Maybe we should put a little water in, right? Yeah, Jake, I do need a ground game next year. Jake's talking about the lights. I underestimated what people would do around here, to be honest with you. I have enough lights for the ground game. If you look at some of the videos I've shot, you'll see more C9s there. I just didn't have the chance to do it this year. And also the palm tree out front, it's a foxtail. It got really hammered in the hurricane bad. And so I didn't put anything on it. And that was really my focal point. It was going to be my Corona tree. If you guys ever see the Corona commercials. But I couldn't do it because it got hammered. So that hurt me too. But no excuses. Yeah, that is what she said. Again, what cigar am I having? It's a Rocky Patel, vintage 1992, one of my go-tos. I will take my lights down on New Year's Day, not a day later. The only one time I let them go was one year. Jake and I had to both let ours go. It got super cold in Indiana to the point where I could not go out, even ripping them down like I did. Actually, I think that's the year I did my video. If you look, it's like how to take your Christmas lights down super fast, where I just yanked them down. But that's why I use the clips I do, by the way, because you can yank them down from the ground and they all come off. Super easy and they don't damage your stuff. Do I miss Founders beers? Mm. Who has the breakfast stout? Is that Founders? I do. I thought I could get that here. Maybe not, huh? Thanks for showing me something I'm missing that I didn't know. IPA makes you sick, Taylor. Yeah, I don't. This is a lower IBU, lower alcohol. It's like 4.9%. I think iPod Gaming got nixed by Josh. Pliny the Elder, Cigar, Baron. Strong name, bro. Super strong name. I have never had a Pliny, younger or older. I was actually talking to some folks on a cruise ship last week. They were beer nerds, and he told me that Pliny the Elder let him down a little bit. But anyway, no, never tried any Pliny's. Would love to. What's my weather update? I think it's, well, my phone is right there. I think it's 65 right now. Today was our coldest day in a while. But you can tell my St. August still green. As long as you keep, by the way, that's a tip for you southern guys and gals, is if you keep your lawn irrigated and nighttime temps don't fall below 45 too much, and days get over 65, your lawn will stay fairly green. It won't go dormant. That's mostly for us in Florida. Does glyphosate or speed zone do any additional damage to dormant lawn when used as a post-emergent? No. If the lawn is dormant, it's not gonna, the weed control won't hurt it. Most of the efficacy on weed controls is only a couple days. People think they subsist in the soil a long time. Glyphosate's 24 hours, I think. So maybe 48. So no problem. If you're dormant, spray away. I mean, don't go nuts, but don't get too heavy-handed anyway. Great question, John Tweston. Does your full-time employer support you with LCN Endeavor? Do they hit you up for tips? Yes and yes. I have the best boss in the world. I happen to work in digital marketing, so he realizes that the value or the things that I learn on the lawn care nut, he realizes I can provide value with that for us in our day job, and that's why I love my day job so much. People go, are you going to quit now and be full-time with lawn care nut? Because I could. The answer is no, because I really love my day job, so why give up two badass incomes if you don't have to, if you like what you're doing? And I always say, I don't want to sound arrogant. I believe there's a way to script your life and to really work hard and create some good friendships and do right by people, and you can do real well. Took me till my mid 40s to get to that, but I think that's pretty normal. So no, my employer definitely supports it, and actually has me speak in our conferences sometimes here and there, because of what I've done on YouTube. He knows that can translate, so it's a lot of fun. I want to speak in more conferences, actually, if you guys want to know. I'll just be honest with you, I'm a trained preacher, so I can do really well holding an audience live. Maybe not here, but I enjoy it, so. Glenn, I can see you getting a big green egg. Yes, I'm looking at big green egg or Komodo, actually. I love to grill. I used to grill big time in the Air Force. One last story, and then we're gonna go, because it's 6 o'clock. When I was in the Air Force, I was stationed in Turkey for 4 months, and during that deployed, and we lived in Tent City at Incirlik Air Base, and it was joint service. I got to meet Brits, French, Turks. Brits are badass, man, some of those guys. But anyway, the only way we got hot meals was to grill out. We had Weber Smoky Joes out in front of each tent, and because I was the lowest ranking guy, I had to cook every night. And so there was a guy named Stoney, who was a staff sergeant, a lifer staff sergeant, which is pretty rare. Good dude though, rough guy, and he taught me how to grill for real. And ever since that, so I cooked for 6 guys in a tent for 4 months on the grill 3 nights a week, and then we went downtown and ate Turkish food. I love Turkish food. Right there in the Incirlik village a couple nights a week. But anyway, I learned to grill, and I had a real passion for it for a long time, and I have not done it in many years. So I'm gonna get back into it. And yeah, Komodo Joe or green egg maybe, but I like Weber. I'm a Weber guy. I am definitely not a gas guy. And I'm passionate about that. Seriously, charcoal only. Oh yeah, like Skippy 6 to 2. Do you guys watch LA Beast? I like LA Beast. I'll just say a couple more things, and I'll go. A lot of times people ask me what YouTube channels I watch. Just so you know, YouTube is my TV. I literally am a piece of this ecosystem, maybe to a fault. But I don't really watch live TV at all. I watch a lot of Netflix and stuff, but I love YouTube. And so you guys know I'm a huge fan of AVE. I don't understand half of what he says or talks about, but he's hilarious. And I do learn things. I pick up on things there. And you'll see me trying to try things sometimes that I've learned from him. So I think that's kind of cool. I don't know where I'm going with all that. How did I meet Dovidas? I didn't really meet him. He's the guy that was in the last video. I just saw him starting to blow up, and I saw that he was local, and I just sent him an email. I'm like, hey, bro, I would love to get some music. I'll plug your channel. He was cool with it, so worked out good. I watch Casey Neistat, Gary Vaynerchuk. I watch those guys because they fire me up for sure. I like Pure Living for Life. Josh turned me on to them. They're the kids building the house. They're super cool. I love Essential Craftsman. Jeez, that guy reminds me of my pops. So I'm not going to talk too much about my dad because I'll start crying because you guys know I'm super, I don't know, into it because I realize that my dad's getting older and that kind of stuff. So, but anyway, I would love to do videos with my pops. I got to find a way to do more because he has his own way. He's Essential Craftsman. If you guys watch that dude, you gotta subscribe. He's got a certain way about him that when you watch him, you're just like, yeah, that's my pops, you know? My dad has a way too, but it's different. And so I'd love to get that out there. Richard, do I compost? No, I have no room for that. All right. Anything else from y'all? Or should I cut her off? 199, I don't know, the number's going up. Thanks, Seth. Josh, merch winner. All right, what does that mean? I need to click on something? No? All right, let me go to my email. All right, hang on. While I'm doing that, guys, seriously, Google the Lawn Care Nut. Go sign up for our newsletter. I'll send you a couple stickers. Here we go. Okay, Josh, first merch winner, Peter Kane, Peter Kane, Kaine, and he is from Minnesota. Peter, you are the first winner, so you can pick a hat or a t-shirt. Let's pick either one from thelawncarenut.com. So go there and do that. Josh will take care of it. He's got your name. That's why I got Josh, because he's got all that together. He just lets me make the videos. And then who else we got here? John Myers, Myers, from Leesburg, Florida. That's not far from here. I used to work with all those dealerships up there. What were those called? I can't remember their names now. Anyway, cool. So there's two of you. So you two guys, you can pick a hat or a shirt each. Josh will take care of that. Thank you. By the way, everybody, thanks for joining this. I hope, let me just say a couple things and then we'll see if you guys want to hang for a little bit longer because the cigar is going down. First of all, thank you for being here on this. This is cool. I'll probably do more of these for fun, but I'm not going to go overboard with it. I know people wonder about that. The good news is you can tell when it's a live stream, so you can tell it's different than the tips, and I think that's important. So some of you that enjoy this type of content can be here, and those of you that don't won't have to. Secondly, I hope you all have a great new year. 2017 was a very good year for me and my family, and I want to thank you all for a big, huge piece of that. It's pretty cool that an old guy like me can kind of create his own community and audience in a place like YouTube. That doesn't exist anywhere else. So I want you to know I never take that for granted. And thank you for that. And I hope that every one of you has a great 2018. All right. Any other questions before we go? I mean, I still got some beer and some cigar. All right. Is there a UK equivalent of Milo? I don't think so. I mean, you got to realize the city of Milwaukee is super smart, right? Thanks for all of you guys. If some of you are checking out or whatever, awesome. I get it. It's getting late. Well, it's not really late. It's 6 o'clock here. It's early everywhere else. You guys are like, shit, bro. Happy hour's just starting. Let's hang out a little longer. So, I don't know. Hey, well, I don't know. We got some full beer here, boys. Anyway, city of Milwaukee, super smart, right? I mean, they found a way to take their sewage and turn it into fertilizer that works. I mean, I don't know why somebody can't do that in the UK. Maggie's Vineyard, thank you. Thanks for checking in. Nate, baseball field maintenance. No, but if you're in Florida, I'd like to try. There's a guy. Is it Mark Roller? You guys know him? I think that's his name. He does Red Sox Park, and he's on Instagram. Somebody put in there if that's him. Dude, and he has a dog, a German Shepherd. He freaking shows you the way all the stuff they do to that baseball field, like the different like magnets they have to pick up stuff after concerts, and the sweepers, and they have air injectors. I mean, that's hardcore stuff. That's guys to me, like the lawn care industry. Like if you are somebody that's a sports field manager of a professional field, so professional football, soccer, baseball, that kind of stuff. To me, that's like the heart surgeon and being a doctor. It's like the just my opinion. Like that is incredible because you got to realize you have weird microclimates in there, and then again you have freaking rock concerts on top of your grass. Yeah, so pretty cool stuff. Will too much nitrogen leave lasting damage? Yes, too much nitrogen. It'll make your, especially tall fescue, it'll like fold over in this weird way and grow all weird. So you don't want too much. That's why we stick with organics that are just naturally slow release. Again, just so you know, there's a lot of really good synthetic fertilizers out there that I mean, we used to have this stuff called One App that you put down in the spring, and it had a coating on it, and it would literally last all year. And I had a lot of clients that use that, but that's not stuff that I'm gonna recommend to you guys. It's not readily available. You have some different considerations with putting it down. So that's why I just say use organics. That's why I started the channel, is to tell you guys how to get results, slow release, that kind of stuff, without having to get too crazy. The way you correct it, well, if you can aerate, that'll loosen some stuff up, but just stop putting nitrogen down. It doesn't last in the soil that long. It'll stop. Yeah, Scott, you got St. Augustine and Centipede, and you have clover. Yeah, if because you guys you don't have a ground freeze, you're probably like me, right? Your grass is growing super slow. So yeah, as long as the clover is actively growing, even if it's slow, sure you can spray it. Maybe you need to use a surfactant, make sure it sticks real good. Haha, Brian Reese, chemical for getting rid of moles. There he goes, Talprid bait. Is that the same thing that's in Tomcat? Is that what that is? Jerry Baker, is that the guy that puts like motor oil on the grass and stuff like that? I mean, what do I think about him? Pretty badass. I wouldn't put motor oil on my lawn, but again, I mean, the guy's got some content, right? It reminds me of like QVC kind of stuff. I watch QVC. I should say I do watch TV. I watch QVC. I know, right? They're the best pitch people. If you want to learn how to pitch, watch QVC. CD Andrews. Hey man, glad you made it, bro. See him on Twitter too. Maggie's Vineyard. I pay a company $350 a year for weed maintenance. Is that too much? So that's really going to be based on lawn size. You know what I'm saying? It's when they give you a price to spray weeds in your lawn. It's based on the size of the lawn, typically. So it's hard for me to tell you if that's a good price or not. It also depends where you're at. Are they using pre-emergence or just post-emergence? How bad is the problem you have? There's a lot of different things there. Grass Factor. I'm gonna have to have you in here, bro. I'm gonna call you after this. Not tonight, but I'm gonna call you next week. I think we could have a good time doing some stuff together. And you're close enough that I can get to you and hang out. And he has cool ride-ons. I haven't ridden a ride-on in a while. Okay, guys, I'm gonna take off because it looks like things are slowing up a little. But hey, again, thanks for being here. Cheers. Have a great weekend. Be safe. Don't do anything crazy. I'm staying home, being crazy at home, which is pretty crazy. I'll probably be on Snapchat a little later. By the way, for those of you that don't know, you can find me on Snapchat. It's Alan Haynes, straight up, ALLYNHANE. I get a little funky there. So if you want to see raw Alan Hain, that's Snapchat because it disappears. So that's raw me. Instagram, kind of, you know, this and that, some personal stuff. Facebook, I have an actual lawn care nut page, and then you guys know YouTube. So that's everything. All right. Cheers. Happy New Year. Appreciate you guys.